Welcome, Mary Shawns. Thank you for joining us today and talking with the Woolwich Seniors Association. We're going through a difficult time right now with the pandemic that we're all facing and social distancing, being home. And we're really happy that you could be with us today and talk to us a little bit about what's happening in the township and what kind of supports are out there for the seniors.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's a pleasure to join you and the seniors, the other seniors in the township. Yeah, this is a tough time, and we're all kind of finding our way through and not really knowing what to expect next, and that can be pretty scary for all of us. I know for me, making decisions and trying to figure out what we should do as a region to keep people safe is really difficult. There's a regional group that meets twice a week. It's called the Pandemic Control Group, and there are the mayors and CAOs of all the municipalities, plus police, fire, EMS, health services, just all the community leaders meeting together and sort of in conjunction with all of those groups are another group of people who are all working for support. So there's lots of people working on this. But I went back to and I counted the days to the first meeting of this group, and that was on March 11th, and that's only 41 days ago, which it seems like a year, but it's just over a month.
Yeah, the time I can understand that with the time that the month has gone by, and we feel like it's such a long time, and yet we're only small part way there.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress in that time, and in terms of the township, we've tried to keep all of the messages the same between all the municipalities, so the cities and all the townships and the regions, so that when we have closures or when we change the restrictions, we're doing it together just to make it simple for everyone. We don't all always have the same ideas, so it takes some discussion to get to a point where we're all happy and on the same page, but it's been a very collaborative effort and it's worked really well.
Well, I think that sounds really good and it's reassuring, I think, for all of us that the larger area is working together because the message is we are in this together. So it's good to know that those conversations are happening, and it seems like you have quite a broad group of organizations and governments that are working together. So that's a really positive thing for us to hear.
Yeah, the restrictions can be difficult, and I know that. You want to get out and you want to go over and talk to your neighbors, and if you can, I would say talk to your neighbors. There's lots of ways, just like you and I are trying this new way to have a gathering, right? I've had lots of meetings on Zoom. I hosted our book club last night. There were 9 of us that got together on Zoom.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
That was fun, and the woman whose turn it was to host dropped off little goodie baskets on everybody's porch with a little, a little wine and some chocolate and some cheese, and so we got together and had a really nice visit. So there's lots of ways to stay connected, and I think that's really important for all of us to stay connected.
You're absolutely right. I think from a seniors association perspective, that what we're hearing from you is what everybody is experiencing, and but having your book club and continuing having that connection is very important to help everybody get through it. So when we've been speaking with our senior members, we're hearing that a lot of people are looking out for each other. A lot of family member and friends are stepping in and helping those that are needing help with groceries or running errands, and that's what we really have to count on right now.
Yeah, we try to have weekly meetings with our grandkids. So we'll go over there, or they'll come here, and we'll be on either side of the glass, with a door open a crack so we can hear each other. And our houses get cold, but at least we get to kind of see each other. And
it's not easy when you're away from your grandchildren and sons and daughters, and away from your family and friends. It's just not easy. So but we all have to face that, and that's why we're happy to be able to speak with you today, because it just gives us a little bit of understanding what's happening in the township. Are there any supports that are in place specifically that the seniors can access in the township?
Yeah, for sure. There's a new fund called a Resident Support Fund that Woolwich Community Services is administering, and it's new. So all of the structures that go around it are new. But it's basically, if you're a resident of Woolwich, if you're experiencing family crisis, or if a member of your family is financial crisis, and you have no other means of financial resources, and you can provide the financial data, they will help you access that fund. So you can do that through Woolwich Community Services or Community Care Concepts. But also Woolwich Community Services, if you go on their website, there's a tab that is, I think it's called Other Resources. Okay. And if you click on that, there is a whole host of websites that you can access through the region, through the province. If you can make your way through that, you'll find a whole host of resources on the Woolwich Community Services website.
Okay, that's good to hear. So that's an opportunity for the seniors to get some relief. So we're happy to hear about that. And I also know the township is providing lists, and we're doing that as well. But also we're partnering up with other organizations and try to provide information of other activities if we are looking for either physical activities that people can do that from their home online, or through phone activities. Anything that we can give information out is going to be available. And so I know that the township website is a great place to look, as well as the Woolwich Seniors Association website.
Yes, for sure. And there's all kinds of new apps and new links that people are developing. I was one of the women in our book club is part of a virtual bridge club, so there's all kinds of ways that you can connect with your friends and with new people from around the world to do different activities.
Things are different from the way we've always done them, but there's new opportunities that are coming up for us to learn. And with the technology, it might be a learning curve for many of us. I know it's been a learning curve for me as far as reaching out to our community through more social media and through apps like Zoom. But we're learning, and so that's one thing that has come out of this, that we're trying things in a different way.
Yeah, I think it's going to change our world, and hopefully in a good way. I hope we don't forget to have personal contact when this is over. But our township council meetings are now on Zoom, and we're webcasting them, and so there's lots of opportunities to make meetings and activities available more broadly for when people can't, attend in person.
That's right. Well, I imagine your schedule has changed considerably. You used to be attending meetings all the time. You'd be representing the township at community events. So what would you say is the biggest difference for you? Like, how are you finding your schedule now?
Yeah, I'm by myself a lot, which is not how my day usually goes. A lot of the meetings are Zoom, and so we have virtual meetings like this. We've had more than 25 people on certain meetings. The pandemic control group is quite large. So yeah, but I've also had Zoom parties.
Yes, that's important.
So that's fun. What has changed are the events, as you say. So many events have been canceled, but I'm starting to find now that event coordinators are finding ways to do exactly what you and I are doing.
Mhm.
And that's find an electronic way to host events, and so I can see that part of it ramping up even before we're allowed to be together in groups.
I know the Seniors Association and the Township of Woolwich, we've had a really great working relationship and really good partnership in providing activities when which would normally be running at the Woolwich Memorial Center. But now we've had to change our approach, and we're working, as I mentioned earlier, about these activities. One thing that I would say that's been a real positive, because a lot of people don't know that the Seniors Association is run by a board of directors, and a lot of the volunteers, and this is volunteer week, so thank you to all our volunteers, have been really instrumental in keeping in touch with our members. So there's been a lot of phone calls, reaching out and making sure our different groups are doing okay, and everyone is managing all right. So that's something that's been a real positive for us on our end.
Yeah, I know too. There's some fear out there. You know, we're all a little bit afraid of getting sick, but I would say just, you know, keep yourself informed. And if you are part of a vulnerable sector, especially, which I guess technically as seniors we all are,
Oh, yeah.
but if you're, and especially if you're compromised in some other way as well, just, you know, make sure to take care of yourself, to manage the physical distancing, to wash your hands. Both of those things are just so key to every decision that we make when we're looking at what restrictions to put in place as well. It just
Yeah.
on a philosophical note, you know, it'll be interesting if you read Malcolm Gladwell, or, you know, some of those things about how different groups of people, different ages are formed, and it'll be interesting for the group of children growing up now as to how this affects them, and how what kind of leaders they become as a result of it. Just a little philosophical note for you.
I think you're absolutely right, and it'll be very interesting to see how things turn out down the road. That's for sure. I can't thank you enough for joining us today, Mayor Sean. So we've been given some really good information. It's been really nice to hear how you're doing as well, and we hope that we'll have an opportunity to talk to you again soon.
I'm looking forward to it, and thank you for this. It's been great.
Thanks so much. Take care now.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Stay well.